what are exponential and logarithmic logarithmic models? Okay, and we're not talking about the beautiful models walking down the runway or in those magazines we like to look at. No, we're talking about models, what they look like, what the models, their base models, and tells us a lot about that. So let's take a look. The first one we talk about exponential growth. Exponential growth. And we want to model, what does the exponential growth model look like? So we're talking about exponential growth. And that equation, that model, is y equals a to e to the bx. That's growth, and b is obviously greater than 0. That is growth. Things are getting bigger, growing exponentially. Population, disease, debt, all growing exponentially. Exponential growth. Obviously, we have growth. We have to take a look at the other side, exponential decay. Exponential decay. Decay. Very similar equation. Y equals a to the e raised to the b negative bx, where b is greater than 0. Okay, that negative tells us things are shrinking, getting smaller. Radioactive decay, half-life, carbon dating. These are things that shrink, get smaller. Okay? And so there's our first two models. And let's get a couple other models up here. Some more models. 3 is the Gaussian model. Obviously, from our friend Gauss. Gaussian model. And what does that tell us? We have y equals a e to the negative x minus b squared, all divided by c. That's the Gaussian model. The Gaussian model. Logistics growth model is next. Logistics growth model. And what is that, you ask? Y equals a over 1 plus b to the e to the negative x minus c all over d. And of course, for each one, these are just models. I know it's very abstract. These are just models. We're going to get them up here, and we're going to solve some problems and look at the graphs of these different models. And the last one is the logarithmic model. The logarithmic model. Okay, here's our last one, the logarithmic model, and that is given by y equals a plus b L natural log of x. So there's our 5 models for us, and we're going to look at we're going to look at the graphs of them in a second, and it's in your book as well. You can look at the graphs, and then we're going to solve some problems using these models right here. Solve some problem solving, some word problem solving these models right here. These are real world models, different things. So first, let's look at some graphs.